Hello everybody, how's it going? We're talking about Oud Symphony by Precious Liquid. Do I like this fragrance? Yes, I do. And if you're wondering, wait, if you love it so much, why is the bottle still full? And the answer is because this is my girlfriend's bottle. She bought one for when she's at her place, and she also got one for when she's at my place. So this is hers. I cannot touch it. And when she comes here, she can use it. If you're in a relationship, you know exactly what I'm talking about in that regard. Now, this is an EDP concentration, so it has a nice scent trail. It has really good performance over 8 hours, and it also has really good projection. Honestly, 8 hours is a bit too safe for this fragrance. I still smell it past 10 hours. And if you watched my video on fragrances that you could still smell after you run your laundry, this is one of them. So what does it actually smell like? Well, this fragrance to my nose smells like passion fruit and blackcurrant. Now, if you've never smelled blackcurrant, just think of the smell of blackberries, right? So it has this passion fruit, blackberry aspect to it, and it's not tart or tangy. It's juicy but sweet, and let me kind of try to give you a better example. Picture yourself going on a tropical sort of vacation, right? It's hot, a little bit humid, and you're eating fresh fruit. Let's say you take a bite into passion fruit or a mango. And even though it's a fruit and it's super healthy, there's a certain type of sweetness to it because it's perfectly ripe that it kind of tastes like a dessert. That is how I feel about the fruity aspect of this fragrance, that yes, it has the freshness and the fruitiness, but there is that touch of perfectly sweet sort of fruits, I hope that makes sense, that just pushes out with this scent. Now, to kind of give it more of a badass feel, it does have rum in this fragrance just to give it that boozy layer, a little bit of honey just to make that sweetness amped up a little bit, and of course, it's in the name, oud in the base. Now, for all of you that don't like oud, I think you will still enjoy this fragrance, and I'll tell you why. Because my girlfriend hates oud. She has an aversion to it, never has liked it in a fragrance before this one right here. And even for myself, there are some ouds that I can enjoy. I mean, my favorite is like Oud Wood and Oud Symphony, but for the most part, a lot of the times oud is polarizing, it's off-putting, it kind of smells fecal, it smells like a barnyard, and I'm just not with it. But with this scent, it really just helps the performance of the fragrance last even longer. And the oud smells really nice blended with everything else. I don't get a fecal smell. I don't get any off-putting sort of scent. Now, I think that if you're somebody that is, interested in this fragrance, the only downside I would see with it is that initial spray. Like if you spray this on your wrist and then immediately smell it, you kind of might be taken with it because the oud is more dominant. But give it a second to dry down, because that's literally what happened with Gabrielle. She sprayed it, immediately smelled it, and was kind of like put off with it. And then after 10 minutes, she bought a full-size bottle of the fragrance. That was the huge 180. Now, I'm not even saying it takes 10 minutes for it to develop, but like after that 10-minute mark, she's like, damn, I love this. I have to buy a bottle of it. So for me, when I first smelled it, honestly, even during that first minute, as it was drying down, I already loved it. Like the initial smell, I got what she was talking about, but after a few seconds, it's totally fine. So with Oud Symphony, the type of setting I see it in is more like fall, winter, summer nights, because people have asked me, they're like, hey, there's fruits in this fragrance. Does that mean that it's a summertime scent? But I strictly say, if you want to wear it in the summertime, do it when the sun is setting, when the sun is going down. Because wearing this in the heat, you have to remember, there's still oud in this fragrance and there's rum in this fragrance. And mixing that in the heat can just make this cloying and too intense. So don't make yourself suffer. Like wait till the sun goes down. Wear this when you're partying, going to clubs, going to any sort of events. Birthday celebrations at nighttime. If you're going to be out for a majority of the night and coming back early morning, then this is the fragrance to throw on. So again, summer nights, spring nights, even spring days, I think this can work. On cooler spring days, but definitely fall and winter, this thing will show out. Now, in terms of compliments, because I know that's a big thing for a lot of people, this fragrance is a compliment getter, okay? It's one of those niche fragrances that even when you wear it in public, people still enjoy it. Now, I don't think this is one you have to overspray. And for Gabrielle, she is somebody that loves to overspray her fragrances. She always does. But with this particular scent, she tops off at like 3 sprays because she knows how good this performs. And if you overspray this, it can come across as trying too hard. You know what I mean? Because when something's already powerful and you have just the right amount of it, it's still tasteful and it smells amazing in the air and it draws attention, but it's not off-putting. But if you're going too crazy on the trigger with this fragrance, it will easily piss people off. Like if somebody wore this around me with 10 sprays, even 8 sprays, I'd be like, yo, what the hell are you doing? That's way too much. It's a bit overkill. That's my personal opinion. But of course, you make up your mind with that. So for me, I honestly, if I were to wear this scent, I wouldn't wear it on skin because I like the way that this smells on clothes. When I tested this on skin, it still smelled nice. But if I would ever wear this fragrance, it would be if I kind of had a little bit of a sweater on, or if I had a tank top on a summer night, I would just spray it on my clothes because to me, it smells better on clothes than it does on skin. And that scent trail is even better. It lasts even longer if you're doing any sort of, one night stand or something like that. Or you're giving your significant other or your crush like a sweater or a piece of your clothing or leaving it somewhere, something like that, and this is on it, it's going to smell so good and it's going to evoke a lot of memories. So if you're looking for a fragrance that will do that, that will set you apart when you're in those kind of situations, even in group situations, but on one-on-ones and dates and stuff like that, this is definitely a fragrance that is going to make its mark because it's not well known, but it still smells so damn good. It's definitely an unforgettable type of scent that once you smell it, you're like, holy shit. Like you even well, you know what? It's a niche scent. So people, of course, aren't going to like it, but there's people that are going to love it. But it's one thing for sure, it is going to be memorable. So yeah, it's just, and the thing is, just real quick, if you like Oud Satin Mood, I have a feeling you would somewhat enjoy this fragrance. And here's the interesting thing, because I don't really like Oud Satin Mood. To me, this is kind of what I wish Oud Satin Mood would have smelled like by MFK, because this one I love, but that one I don't love. If you've played that game Mortal Kombat where there's like Katana and Melina, like the evil clone twin, that's kind of how I feel about those two fragrances. Like this is the one I rock with. That one is just not my favorite by any means. But yeah, this thing bangs. I really, really do love it. I'll put the name of the fragrance, discount site links. I don't know if I said that earlier in this video, but all of that will be in the description. I know the only 2 places to get it right now are Precious Liquid and Max Aroma. But, if you can find another place, go do that. If you want to show love to the channel, I appreciate that as well. But I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.